Welcome back to Nightingale's Motorcycles, Restorers and Metal Finishers. So this one's about technical specialist coatings for race machines and some road machines which have been tweaked. So why we've come to this video is 2025 I'm moving over into another field of specialist engines and people I'm working for, and hopefully be getting out there and meeting a lot more people in the race scene. I've got a lot of contacts. You've seen some or a bike in here last week with myself and Charlie Rich Pittman. We're going to see some more stuff and some technical data. If you like your bike stuff and rolling road stuff and what you can tweak a road bike to, we're going back on classic bikes, all Suzuki's mainly, but some Kawasaki's. But the side I'm getting into, hopefully more, is the classic race side. Now, what happens is, as you know, you've seen some of my videos on some things I do on our smaller engines, on TLRs and the 200, little trail bikes. So what you're trying to say is, why do we do it? Well, it's longevity in this case, because we're building engines and that's what we do for a living in here. But when you move out and you get some other types of engines, and I'm fortunate to have worked with some people who have been coming in who are based in Milton Keynes. Again, I can't say where at. Some are on an E-Series, some have been on the F1 circuit. And we always talk about engine development and racing, and what you'll find is with most people, even if you go into your classic racing, they're trying to get the maximum out of that machine, like everybody is, and at the same time it be reliable. So once they've gone through and contracted, if you're a big boy, and contracted it all out to your specialist cranks, pistons, everyone doing every single thing along the line, rolling roads, and you're developed and developed till you've got it reliable, and you're bringing out a fantastic engine, what you'll find is that then they'll start moving on to ultrasonic cleaning. I'll have been always with them working through it as a clean every part and inspect it in big 6,000 watt tanks like I've got, and then you're going to ceramic specialist coatings. So because there's so much and it gets so technical, and when you start getting people coming in wanting to know piston skirts, piston tops, heat dispersion, heat transfer, the different coatings, the kind of coatings I do already, but we've moved up a league, because when you spray any of these and do all the work to get it together before you even put it to the bench to look at it, there's a lot of preparation, there's a lot of work goes into it, and at the end of the day we're working to tolerances of 0.001 to 0.0015 on piston skirts. So I'm going to show you a few bits which we kind of be doing, but on a bigger scale. And some pistons I've had lately in have been 4,000 quid. So we're talking maybe for a touring car championship. Fortunately, can't give any names or do anything. I will have some pistons which have exploded and be able to show them. Not close up, but it'll be interesting. So I'm going to go through a few coatings with you now and just tell you what I'll be up to. So starting with valves, after that we've got a valve and we've coated the head of the valve with one type of coating. We do the valve stems with another type of coating, more microslick, more wet film lubricant. The valves, the heads and other things are trying to keep heat in the cylinder head. They're transferring it away. All longevity, but friction is a big thing with race men all the time, looking for it. Hence when we do cams, bigger scale obviously, when you ceramic coat, when you do the tops of your cylinders, internal, again all these are done on bigger stages. Another coating on the outside, you know, heat deflection, trying to get it away, heat transfer. So piston coatings, so you'll see sidewall coatings, top coatings. Again, I'll be doing some specs showing blow lamps when we actually coat a piston and an uncoated piston, and we put the blow lamp on it and see the reduction for it getting into the crankcases. Valve springs, another one, getting the oil, everything back. So it goes on and on. Your specialist coating for cylinders, again, specialist coating for exhaust. Another one, internal of crankcases, you know, all about oil movement all the time, moving it around, maximum friction. Wet film thickness reading meters, how we do it, how we actually spray pistons, because you remember you're spraying usually on a turnstile and you're overlapping, and then wet film thickness machines. So it's going to get really technical, because that's the area I need to go into more now, and that might be sidecars, classics, it'll be obviously some new stuff on the race scene, but we're trying to cover a classic side. And what you're going to see soon is some really good videos. If you like that one the other day, which a lot of you did, you're going to see some really extra special stuff in here, which we're bringing in. I think we're bringing the first one in about 3 weeks time. So this video is really on the technical side, and you say, well, why would it bother me? But remember, I'm still doing cylinder heads, piston coating for early, say, KH 750s, 250s, the triple 380 Suzuki's, the middle pot, what used to suffer from a bit of, you know, seizure on the, or very warm on the pistons. So it's not just for race bikes. We've been doing it all the time. The thing is, I can't tell you what customers they are, because some of these things are always development. So they'll do some pistons with one coating, and then they'll do a top coating. And as I say, with everything we do in restoration, we need to move up. If we do everything at once, we're probably moving sideways, because we can't monitor things. Some of the Americans, they're putting a coating on the sidewalls, and they have done it for years. And they actually put it on a really weak ceramic coating, and what they do, they strip the engines down, and it identifies any hot spots, scars, or anything happening. On water cool jacket bikes, they're looking for if it's going to cold seizures and all kinds of things, and it wears off. It's almost like a print telling you how your engine's running. Plus remember, the people on the specialist side, when you get your specialist borers, they're always watching the boring guys. You know, how good are they? They'll probably have 3 barrels sent off to 3 different companies, because they want to see who's doing what. I know they're measuring everything and doing everything, but they're always one in front. So when it comes back to the classic bike chaps in the racing, what you find is, they're like majority of my customers what come in here, they're mechanically minded. They've either got a Bridgeport or lathe at home, they're into it. So what they do is, they're building an engine up with a good engine builder and tuning it so it's reliable as it can be to go out and ride a race, especially classic races. But then they get them on rolling roads and do everything else. And once you've tuned something to the maximum, then you'll see everyone, F1 teams, touring car championships, race motorcycles, somewhere along the line, they'll be using a form of ceramic specialist coating in certain areas. So if we think back 30 years ago, I was using a product called Gliptal, and I still keep it in the workshop. And I used to do inside crankcases of a particular model of a bike. And it was because they could convince that they was getting a starvation to the oil pump. And again, it started off with Americans. It was an electrical barrier coating. And you think when you spray one of these, this is years before ceramic coatings come in on such an high level, and the technical data to go with it. You honestly thought when you sprayed these that when you dropped the oil, you'd have a pile of red, because it's a red coloured liquid. You'd think it'd come out with it, but you strip an engine down, it's still shiny and immaculate. So it's a short video just telling you that we're moving more into. So if you're out there, even with your motocross bikes, when we start ramping up a little bit, your race bikes, your sidecars, again, we're doing a lot, and you're going to see some good videos on machinery. Now, the idea is, I'll know better after next week, but we've got a classic Suzuki, and it's going to be from nut and bolt back up, and hopefully we're going to get it to Cadwell Park. a meeting there, classic race. So what we're not only going to do is, I'll be doing the powder coating, the usual stuff, wheels, everything else in a colour scheme, and then Charlie Rich Pitman, he'll be working and showing the specification on the engine, and it'll be a nice spec. It'll be put to a rolling road, there'll be various exhaust systems being played with, but while we're building it up, I'll be doing everything from the cranks, the rods, the pistons, the side skirts, the tops, the valve springs, right? Because we know in that engine that the more we do, it'll assist it in the long run, and then we'll have it on the rolling road, and it should be a real interesting one for you to follow through this one. So till the next time, thanks for watching. Appreciate you subscribing and leaving any comments. We're based in Scarborough, North Yorkshire, 01723 370399. If you want to speak to me, email me. You can speak to me after 3 o'clock when the machinery shuts down in the workshop. Remember, we're powder coaters, ceramic coaters, soda blasting, vapor blasting, light walnut blasting, 6,000 watt ultrasonic, cannons polishing, engine builders, and then we've got the specialist side of engine building, which is looked after. So we're covering every single thing within that motorcycle specialist field, especially with this. As I say, we've got some new equipment coming in for this on my side, and we're really ticking the boxes. So till the next video, thanks for watching, and I hope you like that one.